How's everyone doing? Insane Gamer here. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Here's a rundown of every enemy confirmed in Marvel's Wolverine. We all know that it's going to be releasing for PS5 on September 15th, 2026. So, everyone is really excited about this game. So, I decided to do a little video on every enemy confirmed ranked from the weakest enemy to possibly the strongest, and I believe I'm going to include bosses in this one. So here we go. So first we have the Reavers. These are the foot soldiers. The game's bread and butter enemy. In the footage, Logan is tailing a group of mutants that have been hunted and captured by the Reavers, a gun for hire cybernetic militia. They serve as a Trask primary enforcer, and I think they appear throughout the game as standard and elite enemy types, including brutes. Expect to basically a lot of these are going to be throughout the game. They're basically going to be your normal foot soldiers. Now, from what we've seen, Sentinels, these might be variants, like Sentinel variants, like mini bosses or elite enemies. uh, I throughout Marvel or throughout the X-Men, as we both know, Sentinels are these cybernetic huge robots that are actually designed to hunt down and capture mutants. So, Marvel's Wolverine will also introduce human-sized Sentinel variants that are pretty much fighting alongside the Reavers and huge brute forces. So, these guys are going to be your deadlier cousins to the other foot soldiers. Uh, I don't know if there's going to be a full giant version of them, but I seriously do hope so. So then we have Bolivar Trask. I believe this is the primary antagonist. Now, so far, we've heard Trask be described as like a billionaire industrialist with a belief in human superiority. The extended gameplay begins mid-mission, I think, with Logan tracking mutants who have been hunted and captured by Reavers, working for Bolivar Trask. He's the brain of the whole operation, and the game's equivalent of Norman Osborn. Or Norman Osborn compared with the Kingpin, I think, because the guy's got money and stuff. So after Trask, we have Mystique. Mystique, I've seen fighting Reavers near the end of the trailer. Now, this is suggesting she might be another member of Team X. Her exact allegiance is a bit kind of foggy, kind of murky. We really don't know what she does here. Historically, she's an anti-heroine. We know that she's fought against the X-Men, or she's been basically in league with Magneto. So, but she's confirmed in the game and likely ships between allies and enemies, most likely. It's a possibility. So after that, we also have Ogon. We've seen him appear in Marvel's Wolverine, and he's like a demonic villain with deep ties to Logan's time in Japan. When it comes to Logan, a lot of the enemies he has are people that he faced throughout his timeline. Ogun is like a martial arts master and a sorcerer that possesses Wolverine's mind, and he's a really, really big threat. After Ogun, I would have to say we have Sabretooth. Sabretooth appears, but I don't know if his dynamic with Logan is different in this game. Logan and Sabretooth are probably actually on a team together in this one, or maybe they're just working together because, they have to. We all know about Sabretooth. They used to work together between him and Logan. After Logan left Team X, basically he decided to get away from all of that. Sabretooth kind of developed this obsession over revenge over him, and he followed him throughout. I don't know for how long. They're always at odds against each other, always fighting. They're pretty much rivals and enemies at the same time. But the relationship goes even deeper than that because we're always very competitive with one another. But for some reason, Logan always stood on top, and Sabretooth was always second best, pretty much. But yeah, that's Sabretooth for you. Now, Lady Deathstrike. I don't think we've seen an appearance from her yet, but they confirmed that she's going to be in this. Lady's Deathstrike, as you know, she was the daughter of the guy that had the formula that made the adamantium, which later on, Wolverine or Logan was set out to capture. And I think I can't remember correctly, but I think her father died in the process. or became seriously injured, something like that. But since then, I forgot what Lady Deathstrike's real name. I think it's Yoriko or something like that. I can't remember correctly. But then that's where her thirst for revenge goes after. She goes after Logan, and we both know that her hands and fingernails are pretty much claws made out of adamantium. So again, she's a big piece of Logan's past and personal life. Just like Sabretooth, just like Omega Red, just like, anyone in his past that comes after him. And, she's been confirmed to be in the game, but I don't think we've seen anything from her yet. I hope she is. I certainly hope she is. The more bosses we get, the better. But after that, it's Lady Deathstrike for you. So I believe he's been confirmed. Mr. Sinister. I don't know if you guys know who Mr. Sinister is. I don't know a lot about him. What I do know is this. I do know that he captures Jean Grey and Cyclops at one point. He fails, and then I believe the X-Men go after Mr. Sinister again, only this time on an island in which he has constructed these machines to sap away mutants and their powers. So when the X-Men land on it, they're completely powerless, and they're after against, Mr. Sinister and his League of Mutants. He's got his own little mutants team that help, collect. I believe that they all get captured, but only Logan escapes, and then he goes back and he helps free the X-Men, destroy those machines, and then a whole fight happens. I believe there was an episode in the animated series. I don't know if it was in the comics, but that's from what I remember. But Mr. Sinister has these type of powerful beams. I think that lasers that come out of his eyes, and I think it was the whole thing that he captured Jean Grey that drove Logan to it. But I don't know besides that if Mr. Sinister and Logan ever had any other quarrels or fighting or anything like that before that. So who knows what that is? But I think he's going to be in the game, and I certainly hope so, because I don't think there's enough mention of him. All these movies that we've had, all these video games, but not much of Mr. Sinister. So this brings me to Omega Red, and I'm leaving him for last because I know Omega Red has had ties. He's basically this like Russian, cybernetic soldier that they made completely invulnerable, immune to pain, and I think he has not only history with Wolverine, but I think he also has history with the Colossus and Amora Monroe, aka Storm. Um, this guy was, I think all three of them took on him, and he would still be able to beat all three of them. I think they fought against Omega Red in three separate occasions. I remember one of them was in a submarine. The other one was not far along after they met the Colossus. I forgot what his real name is, but he is one of the strongest mutants I've seen. And even Wolverine has said plenty of times that he considers himself lucky that he was actually be able to get out of those fights alive or even beat him the last time they faced off. So Omega Red is no joke. He is no joke at all. In fact, I think I mentioned before that he's probably going to be the boss that's going to push Wolverine to his fullest. Because I mean, this guy's dangerous. I'm telling you, his little tentacles can sip away from the invulnerability that he has. His little tentacles can sip away energy, and I mean, he's crazy. But those are pretty much the enemies that have been confirmed. I ranked them from basically the weakest to the strongest, and I can't wait for this game. I seriously can't. But as you guys know, the game will be coming out. PlayStation is doing exclusives now, so this will be exclusive for PS5. It's coming out on September 15th, 2026, later on this year. So, guys, let me know exactly what are you most hyped about. What's your more hyped up boss fight? What's your more hyped up enemy that you're hoping to face? And more importantly, in which direction do you think they're going to go with this game? Do you think they're just going to make another Wolverine 2? Or do you think there's a possibility they might make a huge World of Mutants, like a whole X-Men universe out of this? But as always, I leave you by saying, please take care, be safe, and please subscribe to Insane Gamer for future updates on video games to come. Insane Gamer.